Greetings, YouTube viewers, listeners, subscribers, whoever will listen to me. This will be part 2 in the four-wheel drive Chevy project. As you can clearly see here, we've got the motor out of it, and as well as taken apart and got it in the shop. There's the heads, there's the intake. Here's where it used to go. Taking the transmission out of it. I think on the last video we were talking about just replacing the top end of the motor. But since then I decided, since I was taking the transmission out anyway, to go ahead and remove the whole motor and give it all a once over. There's the old transmission, the 700 R4, which is junk. There's the aluminum transfer case, chain driven, which is actually still good and usable, but we're not going to do it. We're not going to use that. We are going to use this 350 turbo with an MP205 transfer case. Which has no chains in it. It's gear to gear driven and cast iron. Quite a bit heavier duty. I'll show you up under the truck. There's where the transmission goes. A friend of mine just now came over here that's a mechanic that's quite a bit more educated than I, and I had him give his recommendation on what needs to be done here. In short, we're going to save the lower end. I'm not going to take it down any further, excepting I think we are going to replace the cam and upgrade the cam a little bit to a little bit higher performance of a cam. I think we're going to go with an Edelbrock camshaft, and we're going to investigate a little bit what's the best one to use as far as lifting duration and so forth. But the lower end appears to be in pretty good shape. The rod bearings appear to be in good shape. We're going to put a new oil pump. We're going to upgrade the cam. So I have to take that apart still. But other than taking the cam out of there, that's all we're going to do to that block. Clean it, paint it. The heads are going to the machine shop tomorrow, and gonna have them totally go through them, totally redo them. Remember, it had a blown head gasket, and we think that the head could possibly be warped, so I'm gonna have them check that, and if it is, I think they can fix that. There's the old intake with Quadrajet carburetor. I think we are not going to reuse that. I think we're going to go with an Edelbrock carburetor and aluminum intake for a little bit better performance and reliability. We're going to put all new gaskets in the motor, hook it up to that transmission behind the wood shaper with that transfer case, and put it back in that truck. Not that one, that's my work truck. So I think I'm about done working for today. Got to leave town for a couple of weeks, so I'm going to drop them heads off at the machine shop before I go. Perhaps they'll be done when I get back and we can start to reassemble this. I'll be out of town for 2 weeks, then I'll be back for 2 days, and then I'll be out of town for another week. Then I'll be back a week before Christmas. And hopefully, if I don't have to go to work, put this motor back together. I can show you the bottom end. Maybe some of you don't know, this is the crankshaft with the bottom of the piston rods. And it appears that it's in pretty fair shape, other than it needs cleaned up a little bit. There was a little bit of rust on it because of the blown head gasket. It had water in the oil. Therefore, there is a little bit of rust on it, which I can clean off and still reuse. Put a new oil pan gasket, and of course all new gaskets on it. But it appears the motor overall is in pretty good shape, with the exception of the blown head gasket, which will be addressed. So, I'll update you soon. Thanks for watching.